I was also quite surprised that Ablakwa said in Parliament that Kwarteng guy has embezzled $4 million of Ghana's money, no charge, no arrest, no anything, no paperwork, no invitation. I think you should have been telling Parliament that, Mr. Speaker, an arrest has been conducted and the charge has been preferred. And Mr. Kwarteng is going to be prosecuted for a potential 4 million cedis, which prosecution starts next week. Since he made the statement in Parliament, apparently Mr. Kwarteng is going about his business. He doesn't even know what is happening. Nobody has called him to ask him anything. It makes sense, therefore, what Alima is saying, that is more believable, that the money that was being charged was agency commission. It gets worse for the foreign minister in Parliament when Samuel Jinapor, the ranking member of Foreign Affairs Committee in Parliament, who is also the former Deputy Chief of Staff and a former Minister for Lands, took his turn to speak about this matter. Listen, it gets worse. It gets worse because he reveals to Parliament that Kwarteng actually had been appointed by the NDC in 2015 on a temporary basis to do the same thing. Exactly the same thing that he had been doing from 2015. In 2019, it was formalized, and he's been doing it till now. He was brought in by the NDC government. That's what Samuel Jinapor told Parliament. Have a listen.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker, for the opportunity. Mr. Speaker, let me begin by thanking the Honourable Minister for this very elaborate statement given to the House, and also to thank him and welcome his decision to share the report of the Ministerial Investigative Committee to the House. Because, Mr. Speaker, at the committee level, we had requested for this report, and we are yet to have a look at the report. Mr. Speaker, let me very quickly make the point that we from this side, the minority, we are not against or opposed to any effort to establish accountability. We don't have any difficulty whatsoever. And indeed, Mr. Speaker, we encourage the minister to ensure that wherever there is rot or wherever there is corruption, he should investigate, root it out, and bring the perpetrators to book. Mr. Speaker, a certain Mr. Kwarteng is alleged to have been involved. Mr. Speaker, I make this point because in a government machinery, even today in this government, you may have public servants, civil servants, officials in parts of the government machinery conducting themselves in a manner which is inappropriate. Those people, there should be investigations. If they are found out, they should be brought to book. So we want to assure the minister and assure the Ministry of Foreign Affairs that the Committee on Foreign Affairs, the minority caucus on this committee, fully support his effort. In any event, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Fred Kwarteng was recruited into the Washington mission as far back as 2013, during the time of President Mahama. Mr. Speaker, the contract for which the minister is very unhappy about, Mr. Speaker, the first time Mr. Kwarteng was given a similar contract on temporary basis was in the year 2015. And I can furnish the minister with evidence to support the assertions I'm making. Mr. Speaker, the basis for the investigations or the basis of this alleged corruption, and I use the word alleged with great emphasis. Mr. Speaker, what is the basis of it? The basis of it is, to simplify it, is that the mission in Washington is supposed to have gotten into a certain arrangement with Mr. Kwarteng's company because, according to the mission, there was some bureaucratic inertia in terms of transmitting visas and passport booklets to applicants. The Speaker, the minister himself is attempting an effort like that here in Ghana, where he's employing courier services for the transmission of passports to applicants. The Speaker, that is the basis for this alleged corruption. Simplicity. Mr. Speaker, as we speak today, there is an Indian company. Mr. Speaker, as we speak today, there is an Indian company called Premium. An Indian company called Premium, which is rendering the same services Mr. Kwarteng's company is supposed to have been rendering to the Washington mission, which has become the basis for this allegation of corruption. That company is still rendering the same service today. So therefore, Mr. Speaker, what is the point? The point I seek to make is that the foundation or the basis on which Mr. Kwarteng's company was contracted, Mr. Speaker, in and by itself, is not wrong. There is a company, an Indian company, rendering the same service today. Mr. Kwarteng's company was given a contract to render that same service on a temporary basis in 2015. Honorable Minister Okujoto Ablakwa is making strenuous efforts in a welcome manner, commendably, to render the same service to Ghanaians here in Ghana. Mr. Speaker, thirdly, the quantum of money, the funds that are supposed to have been accrued to Mr. Kwarteng's company, assuming without admitting. Mr. Speaker, let me also put on record, those are not public funds. Those are funds which are supposed to have been paid to Mr. Kwarteng's company on the basis of this Washington mission's contract with him. And so let us be clear, the $1.8 million and the $4 million the minister alluded to, the Speaker, are not funds out of public exchequer. These are amounts that the minister has put together, has estimated to be, Mr. Speaker, in conclusion, there's a final point I need to make. Mr. Speaker, so the difficulty the minority have had is the question whether or not the allegation for which reason the minister set up the committee of inquiry warranted the closure of the Washington mission. Mr. Speaker, let me refer you to the Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations, 1970. Mr. Speaker, it's very important. As the majority leader rightly said, this is a matter which has generated a lot of domestic and international interest. And I'm the ranking with the greatest respect. Mr. Speaker, if I may refer you to the Vienna Convention set up copiously the steps that a country ought to take or to adhere to in closing down a mission. The first step, Mr. Speaker, step one, government decision must be at the highest level. There must be a notification to the host country. There must be coordination with the host country. Before the announcement and the reassignment of foreign service officers, the Speaker,
thank you.
There must be, these steps have to be adhered to. And the point we made here, and if I may conclude on that,
your point is made.
That, Mr. Speaker, is that the procedure which was adopted, the procedure which was adopted to close down the Washington mission was one which is alien to public international law and is not consistent with the Vienna Convention.
Thank you.
And in 48 hours, the minister opened the mission, and that tells us that the decision was a rushed one. We welcome the probe. We don't have a difficulty with the probe, but we will always insist that we should adhere to procedural propriety in terms of how we manage our foreign relations and foreign policy and the missions of our country. That is the position of this minority. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.